We got Bob Biggerstaff here at the Comedy Cave all week. We just did the Monday show. We had a good time, right?
We had a very good time. Small crowd, but,
Small but mighty.
a lot of, it's a Monday night
Yeah.
in Calgary. Who's coming out to see a comedy show? It's really weird, actually, that the club is one show a night, Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like in Canada, because this is the only place I play in Canada, but in America, if a comedy club's open Monday through Saturday, it's not like the headliner. Usually, like, Monday would be the open mic.
Yeah.
Like the clubs are usually open Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
If that, and that's not even the same comedian.
A lot of the other clubs are kind of like that. In Canada here. So this one's special.
Yeah.
Special that you could come here on a Tuesday and see Bob Biggerstaff. That's tomorrow. That's today.
Yes.
That's today. So come today.
Or a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything except Sunday.
Everything except for Sunday, and you don't get that opportunity in many other places. So come out, see Bob. He's fantastic. He's hilarious.
I'm very funny, I promise you.
He's very funny. I wasn't going to say actually, but he's very funny. Let's talk about some of the stuff. You're a semifinalist on Last Comic Standing.
Yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago, 2008. It was semifinals was the top 32 people.
Oh, well, Eliza's still right in that code.
That's when she won.
That was the year, eh?
Yeah.
That was the year.
It was cool. I mean, obviously things have changed with TV and the internet and stuff, but that was really cool to I mean, even though it wasn't that long ago, but 2008, what is that? 17 years ago?
Doesn't feel like it though, right? So.
No, it doesn't. But it's amazing how things have changed. That was being on the internet was around then, obviously, but nobody had huge things on the internet.
Right.
It was still being on TV. So it was like, a lot of comedians didn't want to do Last Comic Standing because it's a contest, and you're like, I don't want people judging me because comedy's subjective.
Right, yeah.
So people judge you. And it's a TV show, so, they're like, hey, there's a fat guy, there's a black guy, there's a girl, they're going to pick different people. And but it was cool because even if nobody really watched the show, it was still millions of people watching it.
Right, yeah.
Which TV shows don't, anything like that now. I mean, okay, you got America's Got Talent, you got those shows like that, but it's... the world has changed. So back then, yeah, it was pretty cool. Even just being a semifinalist on there definitely got me a lot of work.
It did, eh?
It was cool.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, somebody will come up to me and go, oh, I remember seeing you. I mean, obviously, they're like my age or older, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you did JFL, Just for Laughs?
I did Just for Laughs when they did it in Chicago.
Okay.
They did it in Chicago a couple of years. And, yeah, that was cool. That was a good thing.
Yeah, these are good credits.
Yeah. I've been on comedy. I did a show called Live at Gotham on Comedy Central.
Oh yeah, I know that show. Yeah.
I've been on a few podcasts. Doug Loves Movies.
So, Dave Attell's HBO special.
That was even before Last Guy. Yeah, Dave Attell, who in my opinion, is the greatest comedian. To me, he's the greatest comedian ever. He's definitely the greatest comedian working today. And he has a Netflix special that just came out called Hot Cross Buns. And it's the best special I've ever seen. He's hilarious.
He loves Stanhope.
But
so that's interesting.
My point in bringing him up was he's only had like when we did this, when I opened for him at his HBO special, so at the end I come out and I throw glitter on him. Interesting story about that was... So I've been friends with Dave for a long time. I used to work at a comedy club when I started in comedy. As like a door guy. I always tell people, I'm like, if you want to get into stand-up, get a job at a comedy club because you'll get to see all the shows.
Yeah.
And, I mean, maybe not, don't be a cook. But even if you're a cook, you'll still be able to come on your off days if you wanted and see shows.
Yeah.
So I got to meet anybody that's really big now. I got to meet them when I was working at this club years ago.
In Houston? Is that in Houston? Okay.
At the Laugh Stop in Houston. A lot of Stanhope, Attell, Rogan, Greg Fitzsimmons. These are guys that recorded albums at the club I worked at. So I got to meet everybody. Guys weren't doing
like Geraldo even maybe.
Yeah, Greg Geraldo was there.
Cool.
Jim Gaffigan, you name it, and I met him there. So I became friends with Dave, And Dave, when I started doing comedy, Dave asked me if I wanted to open for his HBO special. And I was like, yeah, of course. So we were going to do this thing. If you've seen the special, I come out Dave tells a joke, and he said, and this special's from 2007, 2008, something like that. HBO Captain Miserable. He comes out, and his last joke talks about taking he takes a poop, and he says, I just set the world's record for the world's longest poop joke. And then I come out and I throw glitter on him and I put a crown on his head. But the whole point, the original thing we were going to do, and I thought, this is awesome. He was going to tell that joke, say, I just set the world's record for telling the world's longest poop joke. And I was going to be in the crowd wearing a crown and a sash that said King Poop. And I was going to be like, nobody breaks my record. And then the special ends. And there was going to be a press conference, and I was going to shoot Dave and kill him at the press conference
for taking your record.
Yes, for taking my. And I was like, "This is great. I'm gonna be the guy that kills Dave Attell at his special, right? I mean, this is gonna get me some pub." But then HBO wouldn't let us. They wouldn't let us shoot extra stuff. They wouldn't let us shoot an extra sketch.
Oh, okay.
So I got to introduce him, and I come out at the end and throw glitter. I mean, believe me, I'm not complaining, but it was we had an idea that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And, Dave's the best.
So you're in Houston right now?
I live in Houston right now.
And do you travel a lot, or are you based in Texas a lot
Yeah,
of the time?
I mean, my main comedy career is I work for Carnival Cruise Line, which is very cool because it's good money. And I do, the same show. Somebody's going to see me here at the Comedy Cave. I mean, obviously, it'll change up every once in a while, write new material and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the same stuff that I do on the ship. A lot of people think if you work on the cruise ships, you're like, oh, you got to compromise. It's like, well, we have to do shows for all ages. Anybody that's been a comedian for any amount of time, you've done shows everywhere.
Right.
I'm sure you've done clean shows. You start out, heck, when even if you want to be, and I don't clean, dirty, whatever you want to do. I don't care what a comedian does as long as they're funny. But, my act is probably R-rated. But when you start out as a comic and somebody's like, hey, you want to open for Brian Regan? You want to open for Jim Gaffigan? And then they say, you got to be clean. And it's like, okay, well, you do it. Or you say, first of all, they're not going to, if they know you, they're not going to ask you if they don't think you can do it.
Right.
They know you have clean jokes. So everybody's done shows like that. So, yes, on the cruise ship, got to do shows for kids, but we have adult shows, and it's still the same, same material that I do. I don't have just an act on the cruise ship that is just.
Well, you don't do the prostate
for
stuff
the cruise ship.
Right?
I don't. Yeah, of course, yes. I don't talk about. It's not prostate stuff.
Right.
I had ass cancer.
Wow. Okay.
My prostate's fine. As far as I know.
Okay.
I had colorectal cancer. I don't know how graphic we can get on this.
Whatever you want to say,
We're not
man.
going to get graphic.
But you're
get
okay now?
Get your butts checked, guys. Yeah. I'm okay.
Okay.
If you're 40 or over, or you're having any problems going number 2, get your butts checked, guys. Girls too. Sorry, I found out girls have a butthole too. So, if you're 40 or over, get yourselves checked out.
And how'd you find that secret? They've been covering that up.
I know.
For years.
Well, I was telling that, and somebody's like, "Women have butts too," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Yeah.
And women, get your boobs checked. If you come to my show, at the end of the show, I offer a free service of checking buttholes and tits. So
it's true. I saw him do that tonight.
Some ladies are more receptive to part of it, but.
And Bob is going to be here Tuesday through Saturday offering those free examinations for anybody interested.
After the show.
After the show.
Come out. Sorry, I don't mean to point my finger at you, but.
Right, because these health issues are important, and it's nice that you...
They are. I live in America. I know here in Canada you guys have free health care, which apparently a lot of people in America think it's the greatest thing because it's free health care, but talking to people, it doesn't seem to be as great as people think.
It's not as bad as you think.
As far
either,
as
though,
well,
right?
I just meant as far as some people have told me it takes a while to get things done. to go to the.
I will tell you the secret, and all of you.
Okay.
Because people have been talking about this quite a lot over the last few years.
Sure.
In Canada, your health is in your hands. The services are covered. You don't have to pay anything out of pocket.
Right.
But it's true, you might have to wait 6 months for an appointment unless you phone that nurse every single day.
There you go.
And eventually she'll be like, you know what? Stop friggin' calling me.
Be a nuisance.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
That's the key to Canadian healthcare.
Well, I mean, I've had surgeries and tests and, hundreds of thousands of dollars of stuff, but, I'm rolling, so it's not really an issue. I'm also on my wife's insurance, so that helps.
Yeah, the insurance is important.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not a small deductible, but it's basically for like things like this, having cancer in your butt.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what? I got to pay $6,000 out of the $500,000 that has already been taken care of? Okay.
You will never laugh more than hearing Bob tell you cancer in the butt.
Yeah.
You
will laugh your ass off, which I did. That reminds me. One of my friends said, when I told him I had cancer, and he goes, well, it's great you're a comedian because, they say laughter's the best medicine. And let me tell you, when I got diagnosed with colorectal cancer, I laughed and laughed and laughed, and it didn't do shit. I literally laughed my ass off.
Yeah. It didn't go away with the laughing.
I much preferred radiation and chemo and surgery.
Right.
And I was and in the big scheme of things, I'm making jokes because it's all about myself. Cancer is obviously very serious. My wife had breast cancer. She's fine. She had a double mastectomy. She's got big new boobies. She's doing great. She's cancer free. I was very lucky. It almost doesn't even seem like it happened, to be honest with you. I mean, they did surgery on me, and they went through my stomach. That was the weirdest part.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what did I do to my butt? To where they said the shortest route is going to be through this guy. I don't know if you can tell. I don't have the flattest stomach. Nah, we'll just go through the front. It's easier.
Yeah. A bit of a C-section situation.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, no, I have a bigger a scar that you can see from where I had a colostomy bag for a little while. But the other scars, they did laparoscopically. It was with the guy did it with robots. Japanese surgeon did it with robot. It's amazing. I mean, honestly, the whole thing was, my last surgery was last April when I got my bag removed, and
so not quite a year even.
No, and it almost seems like it didn't happen. I never got sick from the chemotherapy, the radiation.
You lose your hair?
No. I lost the hair around when I did. So the chemotherapy didn't do anything, but the radiation, since it was in my butt, you think they just like stick it, maybe not in my butt, but you think, you lay on this table and the machine goes around you, but it goes around, it goes around your butt, but it goes around your whole body. Well, they obviously try to aim the laser where it's supposed to go, or the radiation.
For sure.
And I lost all the hair on my junk.
Okay.
But I didn't really notice it because I asked the doctor, I was like, am I going to lose, or like the radiation, they weren't pointing at my head, so that wasn't, but I thought the chemotherapy, and he's like, nah, this chemotherapy, you shouldn't lose your hair. Not that I have a lot of hair anyway, but I'd rather be alive than have my hair.
Yeah, for sure.
But he said, no, you won't lose your hair. And then one day I noticed, I was like, oh shit, I don't have any pubes anymore. You think I'd notice? I'm down there quite often.
But you didn't even notice, yeah.
No. And it was really amazing. I didn't, and my wife had, like I said, she had a double mastectomy, and she got big new boobies, and since she had that, she never had to do chemo or anything.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, we're both doing fine, knock on wood, whatever. But get yourselves checked out, guys. Health is very important.
Yes. Follow, like, subscribe. All of that stuff. Bob Biggerstaff.
Yeah, I got some good new videos on TikTok, too.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have TikTok up here? Yeah. I got some new videos. I got a scooter that I ride around and tell one-liners. So check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And come to the show. Support the Comedy Cave. Live comedy. It's not all about the internet these days, guys. You got to see people live. And seeing people in a comedy club, you never know. The next time they come, You know, it might be like $50 at the Saddle Dome.
You never know.
Yeah.
You know,
Hopefully, make it happen.
make it happen. Bob Biggerstaff here at the Comedy Cave. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right.